JBNN will keep you informed. I'm Michelle Jones, and in the news, man on Westmoreland's most wanted list turns himself in, charged with murder. A man who is accused of chasing and shooting another man in Cornwall District, Westmoreland on Thursday, August 10, has turned himself in after being added to the parish's most wanted list, police said. Charged with murder is 26-year-old Nico Finley, otherwise called Matic, of Dean's Lane in Montego Bay, St. James, and Hertford District in Petersfield, Westmoreland. He is charged with the death of 21-year-old Renaldo Moore, otherwise called Chin, a furniture maker of Cornwall District. Reports from the Savlamore police are that about 8 p.m. Moore was standing among a group of people along the roadway when Finley approached him. Finley reportedly pulled a gun from his pants and opened fire at Moore, who ran away in a bid to escape. Moore was reportedly chased and shot multiple times. He was assisted to the hospital, where he was pronounced dead. Following an investigation and being listed on the Westmoreland Most Wanted list, Finley turned himself into the police in the company of his attorney on Monday, October 9. Charges were subsequently laid against him. His court date is being arranged. 3 in custody as high-powered rifle seized in St. James. 3 people are now in custody following the seizure of a high-powered rifle and 200 assorted rounds of ammunition in Hurlock, St. James on Monday. Superintendent Aaron Samuels, acting commanding officer for the St. James Division, is urging residents to report wanted men in their communities as the police continue to address the issues of crime in this space.
This afternoon, members of the St. James Division conducted an operation in the Hurlock district in St. James. During this operation, 1 Uzi submachine gun along with 200 assorted rounds of ammunition and a bulletproof vest was found at the location during this operation. 3 persons were taken into custody in relation to this crime. We are encouraging members of the public, when you have information about wanted men, guns, drugs, anything that is illegal, please pass on that information to the St. James Police. We are very interested in ensuring that St. James becomes a safer place for citizens to live, work, do business, and raise families.
2 men murdered in Spanish Town gun attack. Early morning shoppers and commuters in Spanish Town, St. Catherine, scrambled for cover as gunshots rang out during the killing of 2 men. It is reported that about 8:15, a group of men were conversing along Nugent Crescent and Young Street when they were attacked by gunmen who opened fire. When the shooting ended, 2 men were found suffering from gunshot wounds. One of the men has been identified by his alias, Crimey. They were rushed to the Spanish Town Hospital, where they were pronounced dead. The police's major investigation division is probing the incident. Man shot dead in Porus. Police are probing the murder of a man following a gun attack in Porus, Manchester on Monday night. Police named the deceased man as 25-year-old Jamari Sewell, a resident of Redbury District near Porus. A police report said about 8:15 p.m. Sewell was among a group of people sitting on a veranda on McGill Street off Old Porus Road when they were attacked by gunmen. Police said the attackers assaulted another man before opening gunfire, hitting Sewell multiple times. Sewell was taken to the hospital, where he was pronounced dead. Police said the other man was treated and released. Statistics from the police show that up to September 30, Manchester recorded 28 murders since the start of the year, when compared to 43 for the corresponding period last year. Reprisal and lottery scamming may have played a role in Trelawney quadruple murder, say police. Assistant Commissioner of Police in charge of the Area 1 Division, Clifford Chambers, today disclosed that reprisal and lottery scamming may have played a role in Monday night's quadruple murder in Duane Vale, Trelawney.
Are you following any leads, please?
Yes, this quadruple murder is stemming from a double murder which occurred in 2017. In that incident in November 2017, one of the deceased in this matter was identified as one of the shooter in that double murder, where a 25-year-old lady was shot and killed and her 8-year-old son. In that incident as well, we had 4 other persons who were shot and injured, age 14, 17, 23, and 8. The suspect in that case, who is now deceased here, was arrested, but investigators had difficulties preferring charges against him because of identification purposes. But what we have here is another theory that investigators are following, where one of the deceased is a scammer, and there is also a conflict between him and persons from Kinloss. And as you know, this incident occurred in Duansville.
So is this alleged scammer the same one who was fingered in the previous?
Yes. And incidentally, back in 2017, a report was made against him by the boyfriend of the female that was killed back in 2017. That was Janelle. Police followed up on that threat, do what was necessary, and in fact, he was taken in custody during that incident. But what we have here is that there was insufficient evidence that police could charge him for, and so he had to be released by then.
ACP Chambers speaking to reporters today. Robinson was shot and killed at about 10 p.m. on Monday night, along with his 21-year-old girlfriend, Amelia Livingston, his 51-year-old cousin, Cordell Graham, and Graham's 43-year-old common-law spouse, Nicole White. Man shot dead in St. Anne. Suspected getaway car seized after crash. Police investigators in St. Anne are probing the shooting death of a 26-year-old man in Prairie in the parish on Sunday night. A vehicle which later crashed was seized by the police, and it's been theorized that it had earlier been used by the gunmen to carry out the crime. The deceased has been identified as Donovan Wilson, otherwise called Adane, of New Banks District in Prairie. Reports are that about 9 p.m., residents heard loud explosions coming from a section of the community and summoned the police. On their arrival, the police found Wilson lying in bushes along the roadway with gunshot wounds. He was transported to the hospital, where he was pronounced dead. A Toyota Axle motor car, which is suspected to have been used by Wilson's attackers as their getaway vehicle, ended up crashing into a perimeter wall on the Heartlands Main Road in the parish. The police found the vehicle abandoned and seized it as part of their ongoing investigations into the gun attack. Witness says 4 attempts to kill Beachy Stout's wife were aborted. The fisherman, who said he was contracted by Everton Beachy Stout MacDonald to kill his wife Tonya, testified on Monday that he, along with MacDonald's co-accused, Oscar Barnes, aborted 4 attempts to murder the 32-year-old businesswoman in 2020. Last week, the witness, who is serving 19 years and 10 months for his role in the murder of Tonya, provided details on an aborted attempt. But as he continued his evidence in chief, marshaled by the prosecution, the witness said that was the second in a series of attempts which all took place in February 2020. He said he and Barnes were spotted on the 4th occasion, and at that time, MacDonald contacted him via cell phone and advised him to stand down. Despite the warning, he said he and Barnes waited under the garage at the couple's home. He said moments later, the couple drove up in separate vehicles. The witness said he and Barnes left the couple's house in Dolphins Bay, and he later told MacDonald that he would have to find another location to execute his wife. In the meantime, the witness, in detailing how he met Barnes at a fishing beach, said he subcontracted him after he heard him boasting during an argument that he's a gunman and that he had just returned from prison. The witness said during the argument, he also heard Barnes boasting about selling illegal guns. Last week, the contracted killer testified that the couple gave him $500,000 to purchase an illegal gun. Responding to the prosecution as to why he thought Barnes would carry out the murder, the witness said because Barnes agreed to the act. The witness said when he told Barnes that the contract was $3 million, he asked him how much he would receive. He said he told Barnes that he didn't want any money and that he should just do the work and collect the money. Government to clamp down on rogue taxi drivers, says Vaz. Minister of Science, Energy, Telecommunications and Transport Darrell Vaz on Monday toured sections of the corporate area as part of activities under Operation Streamline, a joint initiative aimed at ridding the streets of rogue taxi drivers to ensure the safety of the public. The ministry has joined forces with the Transport Authority, TA, Island Traffic Authority and the Jamaica Constabulary Force. Minister Vaz, during his first look at operations in the public passenger vehicle transportation sector, was accompanied by the chairman of the TA, Owen Ellington, managing director of the TA, Ralston Smith, assistant commissioner of police, ACP Gary McKenzie, route inspectors, along with members of the PPV steering committee. The operation streamline tour commenced at the North Odeon Avenue taxi stand, moved along Red Hills Road onto Chancery and Constant Spring Road into New Kingston, and concluded in Barbican Square. During the tour, Minister Vaz engaged with taxi operators, drivers, and other stakeholders. He said that the exercise provided an opportunity to gain a better understanding of the transport operations and the challenges and opportunities in the industry. He noted that the government is taking a zero-tolerance approach to indiscipline in the sector and cited the need for cooperation from the public and taxi operators to bring order to the system. Vance said that the operation will continue and be sustained because we need to send the message that we're finally moving to zero tolerance. It is time to act. The rampant indiscipline is going to require a change. This is a start, and we must sustain it. It is going to need the government to invest because the roads need markings and signage, especially at the intersections, and most importantly, improve road infrastructure, he pointed out. Giving an update on the day's activities, ACP Gary McKenzie, who is head of the Public Safety and the Traffic Enforcement Branch, said the operation sought to clamp down on lawlessness on the nation's roadways. So far, we have issued some 190 traffic tickets, we have seized 10 vehicles, and we have made 7 arrests by way of execution of warrants. This initiative is one where we aim to get transportation moving across the city and the country in an organized and lawful manner, he noted. We believe that the public needs something like this, and so far, they have been very receptive in terms of the operations, and we aim to continue, ACP McKenzie said. JBN will keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.